All right. Hans, are you ready to start this show?
Absolutely. Under duress. I'm here to do this show.
Under duress. Where's Jared to Urban Dictionary duress?
I don't think that's an Urban Dictionary. See, he's making me talk. I was like, I'm too sick to do the show. He's like, we're doing it anyway, Hanson. I'm like, whatever, Craig. So here I am.
Our wonderful fans out there deserve a show every week, whether we feel like it or not. And some would say Craig has been a big proponent of recording an extra show. Some would say that there has been some resistance to that idea.
The last time we shot 2 shows in one day, I thought he was going to die. So that's why I haven't done it, because I didn't want to hear it.
Because I give my all for this show. Will you do one? Doing 2 almost killed me, but guess what? I'm here today, ready to record another show for you guys. Love you, our fans. Thank you for watching. Let's get right into it. This is a cool show. I'm excited about it. It came from John. It was John's idea. Great idea today. The top 5 things I didn't know when I became a real estate agent. That's a good show. Mm-hmm. It's a great show.
I told him I'm going to do a lot of nodding and a lot of yes and no's. So there we go.
All right. That's what she's going to do. That's how she rolls. Oh, I think it's the COVID. Is it COVID?
It's
it better not. I'm vaccinated.
COVID.
So I'll take it.
I'm vaccinated too. Stop.
Yeah. Might be the vid.
It is not.
Is it the Rona?
Stop making that rumor.
How many
when
rumors?
You know
All right.
We've both been vaccinated.
I know. Okay. All right. Here's the first misconception or thing that I didn't know is, oh, you could set your own schedule. That's funny. I mean, technically you can, but if you want to eat, you might have to work.
Like I just had to have one of my agents cover my showing after the show because I don't feel like going. You can't set your own schedule. I can't cancel that just because I don't feel good.
And that is one thing that's weird. Like if you're in a different career where you're an employee and let's say you have to call off work because you're ill or something like that, there's usually another employee that can step in and kind of like cover down and do what you needed to get done to do it. Yeah, but in real estate, it's like we're all independent contractors, so you almost got to buddy up with somebody or talk to your managing broker. You got to find someone that maybe you can almost just like have an agreement like, hey, I'll owe you a favor, you owe me a favor. Sometimes I've known agents that will pay other agents to do a showing for them or something like that. I've always kind of shied away from that because you never know. I mean, it's one of those things. If I refer a buyer out, or I'm sorry, if someone's going to show one of my clients a listing or something like that for me, if they are going to write that offer, I'm going to work that out really nice with them. I'm not going to, just pay them a little showing fee. Or I guess if you pay them a showing fee, that's why you do that. I guess there's good give and take with every idea, I guess.
I think that is up to each individual agent. Like our team, we show for each other. We don't take any kind of commission, but that's because we know if they're out of town or something else is going on, everybody else is going to cover for them. So, but when it comes to writing offers, I don't expect the agents to write offers. So I end up writing the offer or the agent does when they're out of town, one of the two.
Yeah, if you're working with like a close client that you've worked with for a while or a family member or something like that you've had a long relationship with, yeah, they might not feel comfortable writing with an agent that that they just met on the showing or something like that. So anyway, again, talk to your managing broker if you're unsure. We're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 is one of the greatest things about real estate. You get to be your own boss, right?
Yay.
I like how most agents always laugh when that happens, especially if they've been working in real estate for a couple of years, because not only are you rarely your own boss, but every one of your buyers is your boss. Every one of your sellers are your boss. Everyone,
Title,
for the most part,
lenders,
underwriters,
appraisers.
Everyone's asking for stuff, and you better deliver, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we have to, because that's what's in our client's best interest. So we have to do it. But I mean, in theory, I have had to fire sellers and buyers before. I've been fired by sellers and buyers before. So it's not as bad as certain, like I still think it's still a great job. It's the best job I think there is to have.
Yeah, I would rather work 60, 70 hours a week for myself than work a 40-hour work week where somebody dictates my schedule and does that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's a different kind of, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I was paying attention. I was thinking about what I was about to say.
It's a different kind of motivation, I think, when you're working for yourself.
There you go.
If you don't go in, you know the consequences. But if you work for an actual salaried job, I think it's a lot different.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Being your own boss. I don't know. when I even at a previous company I was at, if I interviewed an agent and they said they wanted a new licensee who, I'm excited I get to control my own schedule and things like that. But then they were talking about how they're going to watch TV in the morning. They got laundry to do and stuff like that. I know those agents, honestly, they just aren't going to make it unless they partner up with a high-power team that's going to feed them and do lead gen for them. Because if they're not going to be a realtor very long.
Yeah, I think out of all the agents I have, there are 2, I think, on my team, maybe 3 that I know can successfully be as productive at home as they are in the office. So that's not a lot. Most of them do have to come in the office and work to hit their productivity potential.
Yeah. All right. Well, sometimes it helps to not have all those distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Number three thing that I did not know when I became an agent is, I got started in my early 20s as a real estate agent, and all the real estate agents I knew at the time in North Carolina when I got started, they had the fanciest cars, they had nice suits, they were wearing tons of cologne, nice jewelry. They were just done up, and they were just real estate. Little do I find out, once you're in this business for a while, it's very few that are really doing that. And then the ones that are, sometimes, I don't know. But anyway, so the money is good, but you still have to work for it. I think you think that you're going to go into a commission-only thing, and it's like, well, if I don't feel like working, I don't have to. Well, that's true, but you don't get paid if you're not doing something, And sometimes you could work and spin your wheels for a long time, and you don't get paid anyway.
Well, and that's kind of, I think Craig's right. The money's good, but you do have to work for it. And it's like, how hard are you going to work? Like, your income potential is endless depending upon how much you want to work, right? So it really just depends upon what you're doing with your day and how much effort you're putting in. That's what I always tell people when they come into this. Like, the more effort you put in, the more money you're going to get back out of it. The less effort you put in, the less, right? Everything affects us 60 days from now. So you're like, oh, I want to take, 4 or 5 days off. Well, don't expect 60 days from now, 4 or 5 days for you to have any paychecks. Yeah,
definitely. You definitely gotta, you gotta earn it. It's not. But what's great is there's no ceiling, and that's what's beautiful. Like, if you're working some regular job and you're working at an hourly rate, unless you ask for a raise, that's what you get. That's what you're trading an hour of your life for, that amount of money. Okay, fine. In real estate, you might spin your wheels sometimes, but every once in a while you get lucky. You get that. You list a property, you get one sign call, you go out there and show it, you end up selling it, and
the
so
unicorn.
Yeah. I was going to say that only happened
the
a couple
double-back
times.
Unicorn.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, and more often than not, especially in this weird seller's market we're in right now. You might show a buyer 50 houses and offer on all 50 of those houses and might not get it, and it's like, and the buyers could be writing strong, good offers, and it's tough right now with the competition. But that's one thing that I think is a big misconception is, you can make a lot of money, but you have to work a lot of time to make it. But
it's a lot of different hats. It's not just working the same thing over and over again either. It's accounting, it's marketing, it's calling, cold calling, balancing your time. I could go on and on. But.
So it's really cool. Anyway. All right. Numero dos.
This is what I'm terrible at.
Taxes. You know what? I was sharing with them a story. The first year that I had, like, what I would consider a successful year, and even at the time, I don't know what I made, $70,000, something like that. I was really excited about it, but that's the most. I came out of the military, and then I did a bunch of years where I barely scraped by. I don't know. I was making just enough to cover my bills, basically. And it was the first year where I did okay. I made it like $70,000. My bills only came to maybe $1,000 a month or something at the time. So it was like, that was really good money for me and stuff like that. And I didn't pay any of my quarterlies because I never had money to pay my quarterly taxes, And then I get this tax bill. It was like, I remember it was $12,000 was the first one. And I only had 10 in the bank. And I thought I was rich because I had 10 grand in the bank, and it was crazy. And I remember my accountant told me, and I think I actually cried. Because I was like, you know what? I was like offended that the government, like, no matter what, at the end of the year, they take whatever's left anyway. And just when you start getting a little ahead, they take it from you, Anyway, by the way, don't ever hesitate to get a second opinion on your taxes.
Oh, God.
If your accountant first of all, no real estate agent, no 1099 person should be going to any of those
H&R blocks.
Well, let's not mention any company names or anything like that, because there's good people there too.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't do your own taxes unless you have extensive knowledge. I mean, accounting firms, they are up on all those new everything, the new deductions.
Especially with COVID right now. There's so many COVID deductions from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I would really, get a second opinion if you've been, definitely do that. Because I actually got that same bill down almost in half by just having another accountant take a look at it and things like that. So
I'm on my 4th accountant, so accounting is the bane of my existence. I think you kind of have to have a person that partners with you, especially with all these programs and everything that we have going on. And it's not just accounting. Like when you get bigger and stuff, it's bookkeeping and reconciling everything. That is not my jam. I'm really good at a lot of things. It is not taxes and it is not accounting.
So would you ever try to do your own taxes?
I used to back in the day when I was in college and stuff, but now...
No, I'm saying since you've been a real estate agent.
No.
Okay. All right. So this is first of all, a huge tip for you, every real estate agent out there. If you're doing your own taxes, Craig Friendling's telling you you're wrong.
Yeah. You should be going to a CPA for sure.
Talk to your managing broker and say, I'm wrong. Fix this. I know your managing broker is not is not doing their own taxes.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Well, unless if they're an employee and their salary and stuff like that, I guess they could.
Yes,
yeah, that wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
I also am an advocate that every real estate agent should have at least one rental house. Yeah, it's a good advantage tax wise for us. We're in the industry, and it's kind of like, I think more realtors should have, not that there's anything wrong with the stock market. I have some money in the market too, but I also have money in real estate. And I think if you are a professional real estate agent, just as all my stockbroker friends, all my financial planning friends, they all have money in the market. They do that. Not all of them have real estate, but a couple of them do. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we beat taxes to death. Now here's the thing. Here's our number one tip. And I will argue that the 4 we were kind of negative a little bit. But here's the number one reason, and I think this is good, and I like to end the show on a positive note. It's rewarding.
Yeah, I think the agents that do really well are people that actually enjoy being around people and helping people, buy the biggest thing they're going to buy in their lifetime for most of us. And really that smile on the seller or buyer's face at the closing table when they've done it, or especially a first-time home buyer who's been struggling for a few years to get a house. That's like the most awesome feeling.
Yeah, I always say that's my number one thing. If you've been watching the show for a while, you've probably heard me say it a dozen times, but I love working with one first-time home buyer every year at least. And just, I don't know, it just rejuvenates me for the year. It's like chicken soup for the soul. Yeah. Love it. It's a great, and I don't mean to infringe on his copyright or trademark or whatever for Mark Victor Hansen and Jack Canfield that wrote those great books.
Okay.
They're good books. I read them every once in a while.
They are good books. But, I think in general, that's the best thing that you can do, especially helping somebody that if they didn't have you as an agent, the transaction wouldn't have gone as well, or they wouldn't have been able to do it because you had to fight for them or whatever. We tend to do that quite a bit. So, yeah,
you help someone had a goal that they wanted to move, they want to do whatever, and you helped them achieve that. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think this is a great career. I've always been, I never looked back since I, got out of the military, got into real estate, and it's been a great time ever since.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I'm doing this 10 years or something like that, and
you started off kind of slow. Actually, you started as a buyer's agent on a big team, and then you were with them for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you left, and then now you run one of the biggest teams in the marketplace. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you should be pretty proud of yourself, Hansen.
Oh, thanks. It's just rewarding in a different way. So I get to help my agents grow my agents, and then still help clients too.
Yeah, that's excellent. So those are some things. Let's see. Set your own schedule. Be your own boss. Right. Money's good, but you have to work for it. Okay. No handouts. Taxes. And then it's rewarding. And I think that's the best one, obviously. That's why I left it for number 1. Yeah. Why do we always go backwards? Why wouldn't it be the number 5?
We've always done that.
I know.
It's like a countdown.
Why did I do it like that?
That's the final countdown.
Oh, my goodness. She said she can't talk, but she wants to sing. Who sings that song? Is it Journey?
Don't know. Somebody.
Someone in the comments, let us know who sings Final Countdown. I think it's Journey. John!
That doesn't sound right. We need to Google that. I don't think it's Journey.
Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be rude and do it during the show. All right, anyway.
That's all we got for you guys.
Thank you guys for watching us. Feel free to share the video out, like it, do whatever else you got to do.
Make sure you angry comment like 500 times that Craig made me do this while I was deathly sick, just so you guys know.
Oh, yeah, and I'm so sorry you guys had to hear more of me on the show today, but her voice is not feeling well, so sorry.
No, laryngitis is not a good thing.
Yeah. I'll probably have it next week since we are not too close to each other, so that's good. She doesn't know how bad that really bothers me.
See you guys next Friday. I don't care.
All right, bye, everyone. Thanks.
Bye.